All right.
We got people.
We
This
do.
is great. Shucks, Ben, you and I don't get to just talk to each other all morning.
I know.
Lots of people coming in. It's awesome. Morning, everybody.
Hey, folks, thank you for joining.
How you doing, Mr. LaFluck? I'll go over the ground rules here in a second, but let me go ahead and start sharing the screen. I think that we've given everybody enough time here to get going. Screen 3. Okay. So welcome. This is our first installment of Outbuild Trailer Talk. Appreciate we already had our first technical issue, which is great. Glad we got that got that out of the way. I'm Mike. I have Brittany and Ben in this meeting with us. We'll be talking about ourselves here in a little bit. But this meeting, we really want to do it every month. It's going to be a great conversation, community town hall kind of topics and discussions about what we're doing and what we know you guys have been struggling with. We'll have polls. It'll be very interactive. None of these facilitators that are running this really like to lecture. So we like to try to keep this as a conversation. That's why we have a chat open. We're going to have Q&As. We're going to have all this stuff, polls for you guys to really be a part of. So I'll actually just get right into it since we have agendas. And of course, we wouldn't be a good scheduling company if we didn't structure our agenda with our own scheduling software. So this is actually what Outbuild looks like. And we made an agenda built off of that. So first part here, we're going to go over intros and some administrative stuff, little ground rules. I'm going to go into building an Outbuild schedule from scratch for about 20 minutes. That'll be kind of an open just presentation. And then we'll go through some R&D, research and development coming soon to a trailer near you of what we've been working on recently through user requests, and our Rockstar development team have been crushing for us. We're going to do some Q&A sessions and some polls, and then we're going to close with raffling off a gift card. So everybody that's part of this, I know it's 45 minutes. You guys are all busy, very busy people. Try to stick through the whole thing because we can get you a gift card at the end for rewarding for that. Okay. 45 minutes. We're committing to it. Again, we're scheduling software. It wouldn't be good if we didn't commit to a milestone, right? So ground rules here. We want to open this chat up, and I should have the settings set where people are actively chatting. Ben, Brittany, can you guys see anybody? Just don't be scared, anybody.
We can see the chat. There's no
Yeah.
conversation come through right now, but we're good.
Okay. Feel free to throw anything you think in there. Say hi, tell where you're from. There we go. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Sound. Hey, there's people out there.
Oh, man.
Yes. Yes, we're not just in this black box by ourselves, guys. Let me actually open this up too. So thank you. Please respect that chat though. With great power comes great responsibility. We don't want to have to turn that off. I love seeing this stuff. This is what gets us going here, right? So that's cool. We have Q&As too. So if you have any questions when you're starting, throw them in now. We're going to hit these as we go through them, as we present. There'll be a section where we kind of stop and we do live answers. That is absolutely where we want to see anybody's questions. Throw them in there. And then this last portion, if you're feeling a little more bold, you can raise your hand and I will pick on you and you can actually voice your opinion and actually ask your question live to the webinar. Again, great power comes great responsibility. Let's be respectful in this too. There's lots of people on this call, so let's make sure that we if we do ask a question, we talk swiftly and move on. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our Rockstar team. Benjamin, it's all you.
All right. First fun fact. My full name is not Benjamin. It's just Ben. But hey, guys, I've probably seen a lot of you in the help chats and on live chats through Zoom. I'm a success manager with Outbuild. You've probably heard me say this a million times, but it's truly just my job to support you guys. I love being there for you. I love having the conversations and answering any questions that you have. And I hope you know I take this very seriously. We feed that information back to our product team and make sure that we're being a good fit for you guys. And then just a little bit about myself. I'm originally from Tennessee, lived there for 24 years, moved to California, actually worked with a subcontractor with Mike Wong here. We worked construction for a while and then made our way to Outbuild, and really just happy to be here and appreciate you guys. So thank you.
Your turn, Brittany.
Oh, thanks. My name's Brittany. If you've entered in a help chat, I've probably talked to you before. Like Ben, we are very happy to be able to help you guys transition to Outbuild. You've probably heard me say happy to help. I truly mean it. We love what we do here. I am from Virginia Beach, Virginia. I currently reside in Norfolk. I have two toddlers and a puppy now. So in my free time, I do that. But yeah, happy to have you all here. We are very excited for our first webinar. Thank you so much for joining.
And I'm Mike Wong. I'm head of customer success for Outbuild. I've been here 2 years now. Before that, I was in a bunch of different experiences. I have them behind me just to prove that I'm not talking anything out of the box here. So I've worked actually trained as an architect. I worked as a general contractor, worked as a subcontractor, and I worked as an owner. So everything we speak about here, Ben and Brittany, they both have great experience in construction. We know the pain firsthand. We know what we're dealing with firsthand. And we love to meet you guys where you are and bring that credibility with us so that we can solve your problems swiftly. But without further ado, I'd like to jump right into our presentation for the day. So, again, first time doing this, bear with me. I'm going to go Vanna White mode.
Perfect.
Cool, it worked. Except you're over here. It's reversed, so I'll have to like work this out. But I'm going to be in front of the screen. Please put chats in there if I'm in the way and I look ridiculous because it's the first time I'm trying to do this. So let's get going. So I know we listed this webinar description as a basic. We're going to get a little bit more technical. So I do want to show that we do have online resources on any page of Outbuild in the upper right-hand corner. You can click on it and it will open up with this, we call the knowledge base online. You can search for articles in there. There's videos in there. Always you can reference us as your customer success managers. But this talk specifically is going to be about 15, 20 minutes of a little bit more technical talk about how to take what you're used to seeing in a schedule and making an Outbuild schedule. So I like to tell stories when I present to you. I don't like to just present because that's boring. You got your training. You've seen Outbuild, you've heard somebody talking about Outbuild, and your company's super excited about it. Something that's different, something that's new in a world that needs to be disrupted. You got your training from Ben or Brittany, you got your kickoff going. They've suggested highly that you should probably try building a schedule from scratch. We do have the upload feature, but you should probably try building a schedule from scratch. You hit the add project button, and then this pops up. So now what? This is sphere of the blank page syndrome. It's what happens to a lot of people, right? You get a schedule that you're used to seeing, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, I have to really start from scratch. So don't freak out. We're here to help too. But don't also do this. Don't just upload it. Don't just be kind of scared and like, okay, I just want to upload it because I just want to see data in there. It's okay. We can use this. You can absolutely upload it, but do not try to run Outbuild off of a schedule like this because it will not work, right? You'll have difficulties though. You'll miss some of the value that we really bring to the construction industry. This schedule is, probably made in P6 or Microsoft Project. It's got 5 levels of detail. It's single trade activity based. It's got milestones depicted. It's logical and it's mathematical. But is it practical? Can you have a super go in and see this schedule and understand what he needs to be doing? Can you have a PE log in and see that, oh, this is where I need to update this and this is how I update this? Is it easy to see what's in your way? You know what your roadblocks are from a schedule like this? You guys can't answer because you're all on mute, but I'll answer for you. No, you can't, right? I didn't even scroll through the bottom of the schedule. If you watch that little slider on the right-hand side, it only goes about halfway, and then I just loop it. Because to me, this reminds me of a movie with Keanu Reeves in it. There's so much data that's just consistently being spread in front of you that you have to manage and work through. You got to be Neo to understand what the heck's going on in there, right? Don't try to eat this whole elephant at once, right? Really work to understand what parts of that schedule need to be depicted in a master schedule, a phase, a milestone. And I'll work through some of the key points you can go through to understand what you need to be working towards in there. But don't try to eat the elephant at once. They're endangered too, by the way, I think. So it's not good to eat elephants. Hopefully somebody's laughing now. I have no idea. Ben, Brittany, you should probably laugh because I feel awkward when it's really quiet. Thank you.
I will
Thank you.
not. I will not.
All right. So we're going to talk about how we do this, right? Scope, consolidation. Simple way to say it, right? This is a schedule that I worked with a team not long ago, actually, even the past couple of weeks here. They're about at 750 line items. They built this off a Microsoft project. Same kind of story and structure that I talked about before. I got them to this in about 4 hours. It's about 50 lines. It captures all the scope, shows very clear milestones and very clear critical path. You can do this. It's possible. It's absolutely possible, right? It might seem intimidating. There's no way I can take 1,000 line item schedule and put it into a 50 line item schedule. With Outbuild, you can. With our help, you can. We can promise you we can get you there. And the other great thing about Outbuild is that it's adaptable. You can, as you're building this out, I worked for 4 hours to work on this. I know with this team, we're going to have adjustments. We're going to probably add some more detail. We're going to move some stuff around. And Outbuild, if you guys have trained on it, seen it, you can move stuff around. It allows you to move it around without constraining you, without really causing issues with how you're building your schedule, right? Basically, you're looking for chunks of scopes of work. You're trying to find the milestones of certain sections, whether it's location-based or trade-based, and you're trying to compartmentalize that because Outbuild has 4 levels of planning. It allows you to have separate levels while it's still separate but connected, right? You can put all that stuff into a single line. So that's their structural section for one area that they have. It can be one line item with durations, and then all that logic's tied throughout the whole project. So some things to consider. I kind of mentioned these quickly as well. Your schedule commitments to your owner, very important, right? So what you're going to be sending out to them every month, if you send them this and you haven't prepped them for this, there's going to be pushback. We as CSs are going to hear about it. Like, oh, we consolidated everything and now the owner's really pissed off. You got to have that conversation to start with. And we're happy to be part of that conversation too, if you're comfortable with that, where we can say, hey, this is a new software. We're trying to disrupt how things have been done in the past. This can be done. There's better commitment through our tools. There's better reliability. There's more expectations set and held through the tools that we provide. Just your top level of planning doesn't try to expect perfection at the start of the job. That's the only difference. All the detail is still there. You can still have all of this detail be a part of your schedule. It doesn't have to disappear. It's just in different parts of the schedule, and it's in a better format so that the tools that need to see that detail see it at the right time too. So have that conversation, right? Don't just start doing this and then try to expect an owner to understand it. You guys don't understand it right now either. You got to think that they're not going to understand it until you have a conversation with them. So you're talking about workflow of the project. I really broke down when I worked through this project and this project team. We talked about the areas they're going to start building in, right? What's the structural team breaking their scope up as? How do we start really structuring the foundations and the excavation? What really makes sense for the right size of work? How many crews are going to be part of this? What's, get even into the advanced, I wouldn't say right off the bat, but like tact planning, right? Really understand what's a good crew flow size to talk about really breaking down the schedule. If you don't want to get to that level, just think about how you're going to build it. How's it really going to, how are you going to, which wall are you going to build first? Which side are you going to build first? For site constraints, right? Maybe you only have an access road through one side of your project, and obviously that elevation is going to have to start first. That's the kind of considerations and iterations that you want to make. And then also trade handoffs, right? You're building this tool, and we exist as a company to empower field teams to be connected to scheduling planning. Right now, they're in a box on their own. They do their own thing. Unfortunately, they're expected of very highly to adhere to a schedule they're not using. We're trying to flip that on its head. Our schedule is built for them. Our schedule is built to get the project done the way they're doing it, not the way that some scheduler put together 2 years ago in an office by himself before anybody even knew what this project was about. Don't do it that way, right? Do it the way it should be. Bring in your models, bring in your BIM teams, understand what the full scope of the project is. BIM is huge in the sense of we used to have to look at everything in 2D. Now we can actually understand space. I mean, we have spatial augmented goggles now you can put on your face and actually see where you're standing and understand the project. And then don't try to limit the team that you bring into this. Make sure that everybody that could be involved in building this, who's going to be updating the schedule, they're a part of this conversation. They start this structure off the bat, right? So once you get into building this scope, and really building out all the information that you have in here, this is where the benefit of Outbuild really comes in. We have another layer of Lookahead built into here, right? A whole nother layer built down. You got your master schedule in there, and then you can bring in all of your detail, all that detail that I said don't get rid of, bring it in and really work towards hammering down or really understanding what that scope's going to be, right? And then you can also, let's see here, you can also track the roadblocks very heavily on that, right? And this, we're going to have other webinars that talk about Lookahead specifically and tracking roadblocks. But again, using that second layer down, having that tie to a master schedule and really digging into the scope, you can actually have this very clearly delineated and in a tool that's, you can see, very adaptable, very easy to use, that's more field focused. And better yet, this thing goes with you to the field, right? What schedule tool have you seen where you can take that out to the field and be at the level you need to see and really plug that back into your schedule where you're feeding in roadblocks, you're feeding in progress, you're feeding in what's going on in the field live, back to, that goes all the way back up to master schedule. We do that for you, right? But it has to start with a good balance at the master level. I love showing this in training. If anybody hasn't seen this before, this is the Gartner Hype Cycle. This is a company that actually studied technology adoption across many different companies off many different years. You always have a trigger point, and then you have a peak of expectations. When you're first starting getting kicked off, oh man, Outbuild can do everything, right? You're going to get into what's called the trough of disillusionment, where you're kind of discouraged. I can't find this button. I don't know how this works. This doesn't look like anything I've ever seen before. That's where we live. We love it there, right? Don't you guys? We are in there all the time, right? This is where we really excel and why we do what we do. We love getting you guys up to productivity, in the slope of enlightenment into productivity. It's possible. Teams have gone through this process many, many times. I'm sure any process you've gone through, they've seen this many, many times, and you can kick this out and move it into a productive. I can't believe we've ever done this without a tool before, right? So that's that presentation part of it. I'd like to actually talk, and again, any questions, please put them in there. We're really going to get into those here in a little bit and make sure we answer any questions through that little portion that I've shared. But I'd like to share with you guys what we have on the drawing board right now, a rough idea of when we're planning to get them done. Obviously, everything moves and shifts. We're adjusting for lots of things. So these are commitments. We'd like to get these done for sure, but things can change. This is a big one we've asked for, is auto-saved user view, having where you log into a screen, and if you change to a different screen and go back, that same view, the same collapsed columns, all that stuff saves. That's about to come out, which is great. And then new modification request modal, that's lots of people are using that, which is great. In terms of, they want to see more. They want to be able to have a conversation more between Lookahead and master plan and really explain better what's happening there. So we're working on that as well. Longer Lookahead prints, kind of just some supers and subs, like bringing in 6 to 8 weeks instead of a 4-week. Schedule as schedules is more of an executive level where you can see all of your Outbuild schedules on one page, and you can actually see how scopes are lining out. You can resource load trades. Very, very powerful tool. We're excited for that one. The multiple Procore login, company login. Couple of our new users have multiple entities in Procore, so having a way to switch those quickly and see their projects. And then the iPad drag and drop task reorder. That's just to improve our iPad capabilities. So I'm sure we have lots of questions. I've probably talked the first part of this a little bit too much, so I'm going to switch back to non-Vanna White mode. And Ben or Brittany, maybe Ben, because Brittany, I know you're on the road right now. Brittany is literally training people, and she's on this webinar right now. So like, she's a rock star. She makes Ben and I look terrible all the time. Go ahead, Ben. Maybe we take some of those first questions, and we can kind of just answer them live.
So we just had one come in from Kyle. I'll be sure to type out an answer, so we've got some documentation there. But the question is, will the schedule of schedules allow for reporting, filtering, or a PDF generation? And what I can let you know right now is that first iteration is going to be a view within your home screen, and it will allow for filtering. We're still exploring exactly what areas we're going to allow to filter. And then once we get that nailed down, we'll be able to explore that reporting feature. So having a way to get that out in a PDF format that you can easily read. And also Joan from our team has requested that we take a look at that roadmap again, just so that might spark up some questions for you guys.
Cool. Any other questions? I think that's popped up. I think we have a bunch of veterans in this call too, so it's good. All right. Well, if there are any more questions about this stuff or any of the chat stuff, we can
No
actually...
questions about modification requests, connecting a roadblock there, anything like that? Awesome. All right, we got a couple more questions coming in. There we go. All right. So the first question we have here is from Alan. It is, can the modification request equal an email, send out an email to the team? Right now, we don't have any back and forth notifications when it comes to our modification request, but because we're currently developing some improvements for that, we can definitely take that into consideration. For anybody here that maybe works with Procore, we know you guys get a lot of emails there. We are trying to walk that edge of notifying and allowing our tool to be a communication tool, but we don't want to override you with emails. Right now, we have an email through the roadblock, and I think there will be a future iteration where there's some emails with a modification request. So there's a little more eyesight on that. And then I think in our chat we've got some other questions here. Brittany, are you able to support any of those?
Yeah, I can see company level PPC status. Yeah, definitely from Ben.
Right. Todd asked, will we be able to get reporting from the analytics page? And the answer to that is yes. We are revamping our analytics. Right now, there's not a lot of reporting from that, but that is on our roadmap. So that will be coming out soon. Ben, company level PPC stats, that's part of our enterprise dashboard. Oh, and more questions coming in. So Ben, enterprise dashboard, that will be coming soon. That's on our roadmap of future improvements, probably mid-year, I would say. Will there be changes to the scheduling feature? Just starting. Such as working a 10-hour shift starting at 5 p.m. Friday and ending 3 a.m. Saturday. So to answer that, you can create a 20.
Do you want to send it or change it?
Sorry, guys.
Okay, canceled.
Siri was recording that answer. Sorry about that. Such as working a 10-hour shift starting at 5 p.m. Friday and ending 3 a.m. Saturday. So you can create a 24-hour calendar. As far as split shifts, we try to focus on the hours per day that you're working, not necessarily when you're working those. So as long as you're accounting for the same hours each day, it shouldn't impact your schedule.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, and Donnell, I know we've run into that once or twice before. We can discuss that further because I think what you're looking for is having a 1-day duration that starts on January 31st and ends on February 1st, correct? And so, yeah. And so right now, I don't think we have that possibility. But I think that makes sense in those kind of use cases. So we can explore that with our team for sure. And I wish I had a better answer for you, but
I know, Kyle, I see you too. I know you were trying to implement some split shifts as well. So yeah, the overnight shifts. I gotcha. We'll explore that with our team some more to get some feedback on how we could implement that better.
Yeah, everyone's jumping on there too. So this is great. A great part of this conversation as well is that somebody brings something up and you realize many users at Outbuild users actually are feeling the same way. So I think we can also say that calendar is going to be much more simplified. So instead of having hours delineated, since we used to have a tool where you could plan to hours. If anybody remembered the early days of actual Pro Planner before we were Outbuild, We no longer have that feature. So really, when you go in and create a calendar, there's no need to delineate which hour you're starting, which hour you're ending. You're talking about productive hours. So it'll be, I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'm working 8 productive hours that day. And and having a simplified schedule input like that, we can definitely build a feature that says, hey, this is actually a split shift between 2 days, so on and so forth, right? Might be a way to do that. So cool, good feedback. Anyone else? Yes, that's a big one. That's a big one too, Kyle. So standard calendars, being able to click a button and bring in just federal holidays instead of having to put it in every time. You can duplicate schedules and duplicate your templates that you make that have those maybe company calendars already in them, and those come over to the new ones. But having it starting out when you're just starting a new, project or company, having a place which shows like current federal holidays, and you can just add yours on top of that. I know that saves a lot of time on upfront setup. So yeah, absolutely noted as well. How many people out there have used the iPad by chance? Couple. And I know that that's
Awesome.
just getting started as well. So our iPad roadmap has got obviously lots of places it can go, but really using the tools that we currently have, really connected to Outbuild online with your roadblocks and changing your tasks and adjusting time. That would be primarily what we want to focus on for the iPad. There's been some talk of like, okay, why don't you guys do a master plan? Cool in that it's a lot of stuff that needs to fit in a small screen. Also, it's maybe a little dangerous to be planning on a master level while you're trying to walk around a site and not fall down an open shaft or what have you. That's a good one. I'll take this from Todd too. The ability to color your look ahead lines and have them stick. Same idea with master, having the color stick. Yeah. So we get this one a lot too. We did the work breakdown structure coloring as just kind of people are used to seeing that way in the majority P6. But we have seen that a lot too, where you can pick the grid side of Outbuild and actually have that information stay colored that way. So you can highlight it or bold it or redline it. I know you can do that Microsoft project. Lots of people will show that. Can I show that? I think I can.
And Eric, I saw your question as well. That's actually the first time I've seen a request for two owner logos on an export. But we can definitely take that in, use that feedback to create a ticket with our product team. And if it gets prioritized, we could add that in the future.
Doing pretty good on time right now too. So
Yeah.
let me actually jump out of this. Make sure this pops up right. So with regards to customizing what we call the grid side of Outbuild, the left-hand side, it would be something where you could maybe right click on it, or there's a button or feature that allows you to highlight or bold it, something that we've seen a lot of requests for. Because I know when you go to print a schedule, having that pop in the schedule is very useful. We obviously, those of you that don't know, there's a tags feature as well that allows you to color your Gantt by certain tag colors. So you could preset some colors, say this is a delivery task, and then I can color the Gantt side of it by that color that I made that tag. So one way to highlight it, but again, can understand between printing something out and having just a couple things show color to showing a very clear, hey, this is a red line, this needs to be focused on, this is a delivery date, whatever it is. We can see the benefit in that as well. Obviously, there's your post-production tools of Bluebeam and all those other things that if you needed to print out a schedule for a specific meeting and throw a highlight around it, you can. But before that, there's a potential for us to start building that as well.
Yeah.
So it'll be we'll do some tests and maybe do a little user cohort to make sure we're using our development team to focus on the right thing, and then release that to you guys.
Mike, can you show using colors in the look ahead?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And Todd, just to clarify your question, are you talking about colorization of the status bars within the look ahead?
So on the Lookahead side of it, again, that's that next level down that I was talking about. You can color by companies, lean status, tags, or just normal status. So like normal status just shows work that's in progress or work that's done as green and red. Companies is really kind of the default that we have set that really it pops for certain companies that are used to seeing certain colors for their scopes of work. And then tags, obviously, same deal. If you had a tag set for any of this work, you can change the color of those cans as well.
Yeah. And then to kind of clear that for you, Todd, when Mike was talking about maybe highlighting a line item in the master schedule, when we would implement that, we would certainly mirror that in the look ahead so you get that full functionality.
Good question on what's lean status too. This is a corner of Outbuild that gets used somewhat frequently. It's more used in Latin America where we built this tool for, but this is just a way to show the work that is supposed to be in place, the work that you should do, the work that's currently in the weekly plan that you committed, and then restricted work obviously shows very clearly anything that's got a roadblock, active roadblock on it. So another, just a quick way, if you're used to the should, will, could kind of verbiage of lean, that follows that as well. And then again, you can color by that too. So anything that's red obviously is constrained or restricted. Cool. I always like when I teach you something new, Alan. You're a veteran by now. I think we're running out of things to teach you that it's that are new. All right. I will turn that off for now. So that's kind of really questions. I don't see many more questions coming into chat. Let me switch back to my other screen here. So let's
And I'll
oh, go ahead, Brittany.
Sorry, Andrew put a question here with like the ability to set visible columns in order for a project that you can save and return to. And that is coming. So that's our auto save functionality. So coming this quarter, you'll be able to save the format that you have in your master schedule. You can save that view so then you can export it that way every time.
Cool.
Hey, Todd, and to answer your question, I know right now our main focus is keeping Outbuild web-based. That might certainly be an option in the future that there is a desktop software, but that's not on our current roadmap.
Cool. So who are my mentions? Yeah, we talked about that too, Todd, for sure. Yeah, definitely having at least the iPad too. You can have a cellular plugin, but if you don't have internet, most likely it's pretty tough to get cellular out there too. Also, yeah, there you go. Starlink, John's jumping on it. I mean, we get to a point where we can partner with our buddy Elon Musk here and get you guys Starlink on sites. And there's ways that we can adjust that and really get it so that at least the iPad can save some data on it and it can be uploaded. We obviously want to start with what parts are you using when you're connected to the internet, really focus on getting the tool to a point where we can add those extra features.
And Kyle, I see your XML import question. I know we owe you that feature. That was a request, original request from your team. So I will get you an update. It had to be reprioritized to get some more features in here, like the autosave and whatnot. So it did get pushed out a bit, but it is still on our roadmap.
Cool beans. Cool beans.
And then real quick, Alan, observations linked as a roadblock, such as the RFIs. I certainly think that is something that could be done in the future. Right now, I don't think we have that as a main focus with our integration with Procore, but as you've seen over the last year or so, we are constantly putting out new iterations of that integration. So.
Anybody else want to share? We do at least want to get this first poll out. Of course, Alan. So we do want to get this first poke. You want to poke the berry, actually.
Oh
What you're trying to
gosh.
say. We do want to get at least a poll, one of the polls we have set up here for setting up our discussion for next time. This was our first foray into making this, so we want to make it, again, very conversational, meeting you guys where you are, guys and gals where you are, and really understand what we should be talking about, what you would find the most value, so we can bring more people into this every time we set it up. So without further ado, I will launch a poll for next time. And again, these are just a couple examples that we put together from many different user conversations about what we should talk about next. If you guys can get in, you guys can see the poll. There we go. Yeah, it's coming in, right? We had a strong suspicion that the Procore integration was going to win, which it is. Yeah, which it is. So that's great. That tells us exactly what we can focus on for next time, and that could be a big webinar on its own. But I have a feeling that one is going to win. Who owes who money? I don't think we bet on it, did we, guys? I don't think we did.
No.
No, because
Having
we all
money.
agreed. Yeah.
You guys get
I don't
paid
have any
for
money.
this?
Yeah, you guys get paid to do this. I don't know if you guys know. I told Franco at the beginning I don't even need to get paid. I just would love to do this and work in this job. But he's gracious enough to still pay me, which is nice. All right, yeah, it looks like definitely Procore wins. So perfect. Next time we will talk about Procore. It's tentatively scheduled for the 28th. We're going to send that link out here. You'll also get most likely a survey link just to tell us about how this went. We always want to make it better. We're at just about time here. So the last thing we want to do is make sure that we reward those people that have stuck with us the whole time. I want to give you a gift card, $20. Send it out to you. And Ben has the winner, I believe.
Yep.
From our
So
list of
we've done
videos.
a raffle today. The way that we're going to organize this is anybody who has signed up for the webinar is going to be included in that raffle. We might make some adjustments to it in the future so that it's only people who attend. But our winner for today is Tiffany Holland from Discovery Builders. Let's give her a round of applause. It looks like maybe she wasn't able to join the call today.
Oh no.
But in the future, we'll improve our system here. We use a number randomizer to do this raffle, but we want to be sure that it's including people who are in on this call, so it's a little more fun for you.
Yeah, we'll pull this list of people that are in here, and then we'll follow up with the winner, and we'll post that on LinkedIn too. Channing, I see you raised your hand, so I don't know if you caught in the ground rules too. If you raise your hand, you're going to be pushed to talk. Is that okay? You can throw that in the chat too. I'll let you talk. You should get a prompt about me asking about if you wanted to chat to everybody. Oh, maybe not.
All right. One
Hey,
last technical difficulty.
No, it works well. I think he just needs to unmute, or maybe you hit that by accident. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's how for everybody else that's listening to, that's how that works. You can hit the hand, and we will bring you into the panel so that you can speak. We like that portion of it too, because if a person wants to share through their voice what they're talking about, we'd love to chat with you. The three of us talk to each other all day long, so I think it would be great if someone else talks to us as well. All right, we are at time. Again, we wouldn't be a very good scheduling software if we went over time and we were behind schedule. You're all very busy. I really appreciate all of the efforts that you guys, or time you put in, all the time and gracious volunteer of your brains for us to really get this stuff wrapped around. Your patience with us, your persistence to use software. If you from the beginning of this is not an easy thing to do with not just the scheduling software. It's a different way of thinking, and we're challenging some very established mindsets, right? So we're here with you. We are in the trough with you. Really looking forward to the 28th to continue this conversation. Tell all your friends about it. Bring everybody in. We're just getting started, really. So Ben, Brittany, you have anything else you want to add before we close here?
I just want to I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining. I know I see a lot of our power users in here. It just goes to show you how much they truly care about Outbuild and what we're doing. So thank you. And I know this is just going to get bigger and bigger.
Yep, yep, and I'll piggyback on that. Seriously, thank you all for joining, and hearing and seeing all these familiar names in here, really gives us the motivation to just really try to knock this out of the park for you guys. So we're so grateful for you, and we can't wait to see what's ahead.
We'll catch you guys in the chats, and we'll see you on the 28th. Take care, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.